Greetings. This is David Citadino, Superintendent of Old Bridge Township Public Schools. Today is Tuesday, June the 2nd, and I just want to talk to my Old Bridge families and friends. In the late summer of 2012, on my first day as a new assistant superintendent to this district, I received an early morning phone call letting me know that two recent graduates have been gunned down in an early morning senseless murder at a supermarket. I knew one of the students very well. Not long after that, I received many more phone calls from community members, many who knew the victims and some who didn't. But they wanted a place to gather and reflect and to be heard by the world so that maybe in some way the pain that we were feeling as a community wouldn't be felt by other communities. I remember putting that together that night and being satisfied that at least many of our students were heard. Today, I met with three young ladies who are members of our student body at Old Bridge High School. And they are afraid. And they want to be heard in hopes that another senseless murder does not happen again. And I got to tell you, these ladies, they are the embodiment of everything that we teach within our school district. They are AP honor roll students going to prestigious universities. And I'd be proud to have any one of them as my daughter. And that's the hard part for me as a superintendent, is the emotion that I carry many times. Not from the educator side, but from the parental side. I often insert or imagine my children in the place of the children that I serve and how I would feel as a parent with their suffering and their fear. It was a few years ago that my son reached out to me and after the Parkland school shooting and said he didn't want to go to school anymore, afraid of what was becoming an everyday occurrence. He didn't want to stand by and do nothing. He wanted to be heard. So I said to him, do in your heart what you think is right. And if you need me, I'll be there for you. He went to Washington. I got sick, so I couldn't go. But he did go to Washington. And he was heard. I'm not sure by who. But I was so very proud of him that he did it and he was heard. So I feel as though I'd be hypocritical when I have students who are afraid of what the future holds for them after what we can all agree is the senseless murder of George Floyd. They didn't know him, but they are connected and feel afraid. And let me tell you, joining me at that meeting was the Old Bridge Police Department leadership and our SROs, and these are great people and leadership with great wisdom. And we stand by these students. and their fears and their right to be heard. So these young ladies, these are their concerns that they expressed today. They don't want to go on Lombardi Field because they know how hard this community is working to instill some kind of in-person graduation for the class of 2020, and they don't want to jeopardize that or tarnish it. They don't want to have any kind of gathering that would even have litter. They said, can you put garbage cans out in case people are carrying water and they want to put their water bottles in a receptacle? They're discouraging profanity. They just want to feel safe in this community and have people stand next to them who they love and trust to be heard. Is that so much? The police department told them, don't worry about what you're hearing on social media and the ugliness that they're sharing with you, because I saw some of that. And it pains me that we can be so ugly behind technology. But if we all put the face of every child as if it was our own, I don't know how ugly we would be. I hope we wouldn't be. So they want to gather. They want moments of silence. They want to be heard. And I can't deny them that. This was not a district-driven idea or a district-endorsed idea. But think of how valuable it is that in this community, the community which we value, students came to, and I tell you, they reached out to educators in the community and police officers and said, we need your help. We want to be heard. We want you to be there to make sure we are safe and help us. Because you know what happens in communities that have school shootings and have other tragedies? The students do not feel safe to reach out, to report something they're concerned about, to report their fears. And those concerns go unnoticed and bad things happen. So everyone here in this community should celebrate that these students came forward and say, join us, work with us, help us. Because that's all we want. So on June 1st, at 1 p.m., these students and past students will gather and be heard. And I'm just hoping that this community can get past that and do like we've done many times for many other groups and families. We'll stand strongly by them, allow them to be heard, and tell them it's going to be okay. I just hope that this time we're right, that it is going to be okay. Show everyone your love. Be the Old Bridge that makes it a national district of character. Have a good night, Old Bridge.